and today we're going to make a portrait cascading card. So I'm going to start off with a piece of card that measures 9 inches. So it measures 9 inches by 7. So I've started off with Night of Navy. So it measures 9 inches by 7. I'm going to put it in at 1 inch. So line it up nicely at 1 inch and score. Move it along to the 2 inches and score. Move it along to the 3 inches and score. Move it along to the 4 inches and score. Then we're going to turn it onto the 7-inch side, and we're going to place it in on the right hand side at 1 inch. We are going to get our cutting blade and we are going to cut, so make sure it's nicely lined up on that 1 inch, and I'm cutting that down to the 3rd score line. So I've got 1 score line, 2 score line, and cutting it down to the 3rd score line. Okay, so I've put it in at 1 inch and then cut it down to the 3rd score line. I'm just going to take that out, and then I'm going to cut down the 3rd score line. So I'm just going to cut down to that 3rd score line to just cut that little bit off. I'm then going to place it back in to my trimmer. It's in at 1 inch on that side. What am I doing? I'm not thinking. Okay, so I put it in on the 7 inch and we put it at 1 inch and we cut down 3 score lines, took it out, cut that off, and then we're going to put it in. Now the cut bit that we've just cut, we're going to line that up at 1 inch and then just cut down to the 1st score line. Okay, so I've put it in at 1 inch and I've just cut down to that 1st score line there and lift up. Okay, I'm going to move my trimmer out of the way, put it over there, and then I'm going to cut down to that, on that 1st score line, to my cut. So we'll end up, look at it right down to there. Okay, so we should end up with it like that. Now turn it so you've got a diagonal, and I'm going to cut from the last score line that we did down to that where we've cut. So I'm just going to cut that off there, then miss one, whole one, and then I'm going to bring in my scissors and cut on the diagonal down to there, and we should have that there. Okay, right, move those out of the way. I'm going to bring in my bone folder now, and we're going to do them in a concertina movement. So let me turn it around that way, that's better. Okay, so I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4 score line. I'm going to fold up and burnish that. Then I'm going to fold that back on itself and burnish that. And now I like to just take it so that I've burnished on both sides of that. So then I'm going to put it up again and go down that line. I'm going to open it up again so I can do that on the other side. So this is making it a nice tight crease. And then the last one, I'm folding it back on itself. Going to go down there, open it up again so I can just crease down there. Okay, and just going to see if there's any burrs on there and just go over those. Right, so we're going to position it like that. Right, I've now I've got a piece of contrasting card. This could be Summer Splash. Okay, and so this measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and we're just going to position that in there, and which glue works. Got one that's working and one that's not. I've chosen the right one. Good. Meant to fill it up before I come to film, but I forgot. It will take a little bit longer for the glue to reach down, that's all. Okay, and then put that with equal increments all the way round. And that looks that right. There we go. Now, I'm using 6x6 paper, so my 6x6 paper obviously won't be long enough. So what I did was I cut a piece that was 6 inches, obviously, because of the length of it, because it's 6x6 paper. And then I just cut that at 4.5, and I then just cut it at 3 inches so that it would give me a top and bottom. And I then cut myself a piece of 1/2 inch by the 4.5, and I'm going to place that so it was the same one DSP, but I'm using the other side. I'll get my words out in a minute, getting all up. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to roughly position it with an equal increment so I can see whereabouts it wants to go, just making sure, because I've done this there. Now, if you didn't want to do like I've done, you can just use a piece of DSP, and of course it measures 4.5 in width, and well, just let me double check I took it down, 1/4 inch. Yes, took it down 1/4 inch, so it would be 6.5 you'd need. Okay, so 6.5 by 4.5, did I say? Yeah, 4.5 is what you'd need. So I'm just going to position this because I don't want to get that. So I've just got to just roughly position it, and then I'll get it right in a minute. That's about, yeah, that's about right. So just gonna lift that up a little bit more, and I'm gonna place that now. Right, I'm happy with the position, so it's a bit more trickier. Another way of doing it is if you turn it on the reverse side, put some double sticky tape so you stick all 3 together. That would be an easy way of doing it. So making equal increments all the way round. So now that should be in the right position. I can just now do this one. But this is a way how to make your paper stretch when you want to make 5x7 cards and you want to use 6x6 paper. Okay, so I'm going to just put that up to there. There we go, and now this should work. Yep, at the bottom. So I've done it right. Okay, and let's place that in there. Okay. There we go. So we've got nice equal increments there. Now, I've got a insert piece for sentiment that's going to have the sentiment on, should I say, and this is 3 by 5. But I toyed with the idea that I wanted, in fact, I think I want something like that. Now, what I didn't want to do is I wanted to use some fancy flowers, but I didn't want to just put this down and then this on top. I want this to go flush with it. So I need to position this in the right place, and then I thought I wanted the flower to go around the outside. Now that might be a bit big, so let's have a look. I just looked at the floral designs I got. Let's see what. Right. Okay. That maybe will work. So, in fact, I think what I'll do, because I think I want to cut one more of those out now, is I wanted it on opposite sides. So, in fact, I want that a little bit more like that, I think. And let's just try and make sure that I've got this right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pencil. It's an idea I had in my brain. We'll see in reality if it can work. Right, so what I'm going to do is roughly go along there with my pencil. Now, can I see that? Yes, I can. So I'm going to come in now, and you'll begin to see what I'm doing now. That's definitely, I can see that there. Where's the other bit? Oh, I'm just going to chop up here, I think. So we'll chop up here to start with, so you'll see what I'm trying to achieve. So I want to get this so that it fits flush. That's what my aim is. I want it to fit flush with there. And let's just pop that back down again. I wanted to do something different, and I couldn't see that, so I'm just going to mark that again. Right, now I can see it. So I'm going to come along there. That's it. Come along there, and I'm going to cut that along there like that. Let's just chop that off a bit more. Right, so what I wanted to do, that to frame, if you see what I mean now. That took an awful lot of explaining, didn't it? Sorry about that. So wanting it to frame the outside of this. So that should be there. There should be a little bit off here as well. So just get that a little bit off there so that that will be flat along there. So I kind of wanted it to just fit round my sentiment. Now, I don't know, I don't think that's going to work for me at the other side at all, so I'm going to get rid of that. So let's cut one more out of those now. When I was thinking about this in my head, I had some thoughts in my head, but I didn't fully envision everything, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to cut this out now. So where's my So you see in my design process what I'm up to. I would say I've cut a load of other elements out, so you can, I'll be all right for those. I'm just going to put this through. Now, I just wanted to give you a tip while I'm doing this and thinking about this. Now, your die machines, you'll find over time that when you put it through the first time, it doesn't always cut it out. And so you have to go backwards, forwards. I think that's about got it. Now, it's all to do with the tension of your dies. And what I found that it was getting worse and worse and worse going through, and I couldn't get the die cut in one like I've just cut. And I've got a very clever husband, and he I started to find that it wasn't cutting at all. So my husband took it to bits, and there is bearings in these machines, and he ordered me some new bearings and stripped the machine and put new bearings in, and of course now I can cut in one. So sometimes it's not your dies as you think that the dies are wearing out. Obviously that can happen, but sometimes it's because your machine is losing the bearings. The bearings are wearing, and so therefore the pressure's not there anymore. And so that's why some people have to start putting shims in, etc. But the more you put shims in, and this is what I did, the more you can wreck your machine and lose your pressure and wear your bearings so that your machine breaks. And that is what I did to this. And now it's back to doing some good cutouts, because this is quite an intricate die, and I'm not struggling to pop all these out of it. So, okay, so I think we're about there. Okay, right, so I'm going to go this time the other way. Let's see if I want it. Yeah, I want it like that. So again, I'm just going to put that in position roughly put that in position, and then I'm going to again do what I did before. So I'm going to make sure that's straight, and I'm just going to go over my cutout, go across, go across, go across, and go across. And hopefully I can see where the markings are better this time, so I'm going to go right across, go across, and then come this way so that I can get that there. Now you don't have to do this, obviously, but I just wanted to be different, do something different. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just roughly put that in position, roughly put this in position, and then see if that works for me, and I think it does. So now I'm going to glue the middle part down. So we'll glue this down. I'll just move all them bits out of the way. So, gonna glue these down. So you could just put this on. You could cut out some flowers and stick that on instead, overlapping it. So I'm going to try and make sure that I've got equal increment all the way around. I think that's about right. Okay, and now this one was the top one, so I'm going to put some glue on here. Just not to just, yeah, that's going to be fine. I'm just going to have to make sure that go to the edges of this. I just thought it'd make it a bit different. I'm making sure that there's lots of glue in positions of edges. I want it to be right and glue right. So it's gonna make sure I've got that on the end and just push it against my card. There we go. Push that down. I just thought it, as I say, made it a bit different, something a bit different. A bit of a challenge. If you're new to crafting, it wouldn't be a good idea for you to do this. However, if you are an advanced crafter, and there are some advanced crafters that do watch me, it's something for a bit of a challenge for you to have a go at. And as I say, it can be any of your florals that you've got, like that. Oops. Okay, so make sure you've got it against the edges. It's got a blue string going across there. And just keep, I've got it on my hands and then I'm putting it on the Miro card, which I don't want to do. That's it. There, so I'm happy with that now. So that's, as I say, that's a bit different, a bit fancy. Right, now I've got a piece of sentiment card and we're obviously going to put our sentiment on. So I'm going to get my sentiment here. Let's bring in that. And I'm using it from the Layering Leaves. And so happy to celebrate you. So let's just there. So happy to celebrate you. I want to write on it, so I'm going to put it a bit higher than halfway. There. Lovely. And then we'll just close that up so I don't get anything on, and then we'll bring this back in now. So that was Petunia pot, because obviously the DSP is Petunia pot that I'm using. So we'll put this there, just with a little bit of silver there going in the background. So I like that. Okay, let me just get rid of some of my glue so I don't spoil my card. Right, so that can go out of the way for the moment. I might bring that back in because we might use some more of that later. Right, so that is the back of the card done. So I'm just going to place that out of the way and bring in the next layer. So the next layer is 4 inches by 6 inches, and then I've got a matte layer that is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that is going to go on the top there. So I'm going to do the mats each as they come, obviously in reverse order. So we've done the back of the card first, and then next I'm going to do the middle section, really, this is. And then I've got a piece of DSP. It's the same DSP, but this time I'm going to use the other side. So I thought I'd alternate it. So we'll put that in the middle there. Now, what I think I might put this, because I've cut out all different elements. So I think I might have a look at if I do that and I put something on top of that. Look, I'm just thinking of how I'm going to do it. Might not do that yet. No, I think I'm not going to use that. I've, as I say, cut out all different elements because I wasn't sure what I'm going to use where. So I've just making it up as I go along. So I'm going to have those on top. Right, now what I want to do with these is I want to colour them a little bit, not a lot. So I'm going to bring my blending brush and my petunia pop, and I'm just going to colour just in the middle. Just in the middle there, and come in to this one in case anything shows through here as well. This is why I like glass mats, because you can use every bit of your ink, and then just to make sure you're not transferring it back onto your card, it wipes up easy. Love it. Right, now I'm going to stick these two together first. Pop them on there. And oh, that right to start with. Yeah, I got it right in one. That's good. Okay, now I don't want it flat, so I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm just going to curl it a little bit. Now this is going to be a card that I'll undeliver because it's going to obviously be bulky. So I'm going to do that. And let's see if I can get in and just round those a bit as well. Lifting those up to round them. Okay. Yeah, so just separating that a bit. Then I'm going to bring in the dimensional. And I'm just only going to stick one on the back of here. Bring back in my card, and I'm going to stick this in the bottom corner, I think, down here. And then we'll have some leaves coming off. So these are Cheerful Daisy. So let me start telling you where things are from. So Cheerful Daisy, these leaves I've cut in white. These are from the Splendid Day. Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple in there. And then I've got the layering leaf stamp set, and I've just done this in Petunia Pop. I'm just going to stick maybe one in the middle. Now, let's see, do I want anything else, or do I leave these for the front? Let's have a look at just checking the elements that I've got to see if I want to bring anything else in. No, don't want to bring that in. Maybe I want something to go right in the middle, so I'll look at that in a bit. But I want something more going off on here, because it's a special birthday card, so I think I'm going to have different things on different layers. So let's see what we've got. Wishing you the brightest birthday. So I'm going to go back in with the label of the cheerful daisies. Let's cut out that. I've got lots of card about. Let's see if I've got something big enough to cut that out. Yes, I have. I've got something scrap here, so I'm just going to bring that in, just roughly cut that, and let's bring that in and bring back, just cut that out with my machine. Okay. And move that out of the way, and let's mount up that on the cheerful daisy. Let's see if that's the one. Yeah, wishing you the brightest birthday. So let's bring that in, and petunia pop again. There we go. Lovely. Let's move that out of the way, and that out of the way. I will come back and maybe embellish a bit more at the end, but for now I'm just going to do the basic decorating. Now I'm not going to go too high, because with this being a cascading card, of course it's going to get smaller and smaller, and I don't yet know how it's fitting on here, so we're going to have that peeking out. Oh, that works well. Oh, I like that. Right, so what I do here is you miss one, and so your next one up, you're going to put glue all the way on this one. Okay, and now I quite often like to stand this up, push it in, so I'm pushing it to the back and also down, so I'm making sure that this is level with my bottom of my card. And now you see the idea of that, it's just brought it in lovely. What does the card fold look like? I'm doing it's disappeared, it annoys me because you send me a comment and then it disappears, so, and I can't look at them after. So what do the colours, what does the card look like? It's not finished, and that's the reason, because I'm doing it as I go along. I'm making the design as I go along. So it's a cascading card. What I tend to do is, because I make unique cards and don't often make two identical, and I've not made, I don't think, I've lost my glue, I don't tend to make two identical cards, so I tend to film it. Now this piece is 3 by 5, so that is your front layer. And what I do is then put the finished card, I photograph it and then go back to the video, and it goes on the front of the video. So if you've looked at my videos before, you'll see normally, well, in practically all my lives, I think, when I've done the live, you will see the finished card on the front, so you'll see what it looks like. But when I'm doing unique cards like this, it won't be until I finish the video that I will take a picture and then upload it to the front of the video. Hope that answers your question. Right, so the contrasting card is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. Then your DSP is 2.5 by 4.5. So, and as I say, I wanted to go striped, patterned, striped, and I've pulled it in really with doing what I've done to the card, how I've done striped, patterned, striped. On the back one, of course, I've pulled both in by splitting it and putting pattern down the middle. Okay, so this is what I mean. So I've put striped pattern, and then this has got your stripe, but it's also got your pattern. So I quite liked that. Now that is going to stick out. The only way I could have done that is to have that a little lower. So I'm going to get away with that. So this is the trouble of putting this on before I put the final layer on, because I don't really want that stick on. Although, having said that, so we push it a little bit down and to that side now. And I've got away with that. I haven't destroyed my card at all. Make sure that's there. Just check again. And that's now, you're only going to see bits of floral coming out. Right, so now to decorate the front. Okay, so I have got several of the little cheerful daisies. So I've got the heads, the droopy heads. And so I'm going to do 3, I think. Let's see, did I get 3? What have I done with that one? Yeah, I can do 3. I can do 2 of them. I'll see what I want to do. Let's build it up. Right, so first and foremost, I'm going to go back in and bring in the colour. So I'm going to do the dark bit on that bit, light bit going on there. So I'll do the same on the other now. So I'm going to do a dark bit, and oh, that's gone all dark. I must have got some on my finger. That'll be fine. And let's just put some on here and bring that more to the middle there. I'm going to do a bit there. Okay, there, and there we go. Okay, so let's glue these in place now. Oops, is it? Bring that in there. And I think that one's there. Okay, and this one. Okay. Set that right, yeah. And then these on here. So I just love this cheerful daisy. Don't know whether it'll carry on to the next catalogue or not. Can't remember whether it's been in one catalogue or two catalogues. Sometimes they make three, sometimes they just make one, so you just never know. Another one that I really like is the Artistically Inked, and that made a couple of catalogues at least, so that was in the main catalogue, so that was good. But of course, anything I tend to buy, I tend to carry on using. There. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do this now. Right. This one is going to go up, so this time I'm going to curl them the other way. So I'm going to bring them up this time. So curling them up. Separate them a bit as well. Push them up a bit more. Okay. And then now I'm going to cut some because I've not got my minis to hand, and I think they might be a bit too much sticking a whole dimension on. So I think I'm gonna build this about there. I want this to go, so I'm going to curl this downwards this time. So let's see if we can lift those up. So I'm going underneath and bending those as well. Okay, and try and separate that a bit more and get a dimensional. Now, because I always tell you that there's no mistakes in crafting, there is just more ways to be creative. Now, I actually, let me just point it out to you, I got some ink on my petals there. Now, that's not the end of the world because I'm going to cover that, look, like that. And I'm going to do the same with this one, so I'm going to bring those down. I'm going to lift up and round that as well. Give it some movement. I just love the detail in this die. They're doing more and more like this, which I'm really loving. The Amaryllis has got quite a lot of detail in. Right, again, I'm wanting to cut a bit of and I'm going to go in with that like that. Okay, now I'm going to build up some leaves. So let's stick this underneath. So actually I'm going to take a little bit off the end there. I'm going to stick it in, but I don't want it to show in the middle, so I'm going to stick that there. So this is just the layering leaf. So I use this one from the layering leaves, and you get this lovely infill. So I just stamped off so that it didn't go too dark. So you can actually see that coming through. Now I'm going to snip a bit off that as well. That's it. And can bring this. Oops. Come on, I don't want you there. I don't want to go over that edge. Get my pokey tool in and bring that round. I must have gone into something that's forcing it round. What's happening? I think it bowed a bit. Let's have a look. See if I can sort it out. Push it down. Push it out. There, that's better. Up here with that now. Okay. And I'm gonna have some of these in here as well, so they can be cascading down a bit as well. So these of course are this one from the layering leaf, and of course the sentiment, so happy to celebrate you, of course, is from there as well. The other sentiment of course was from Cheerful Daisy. There, like that. Right, now I can put another one going up at the top, which I think I'm going to do. So you see that you can mix and match your sets with leaves and different die cuts. You don't have to stick to one set, you can mix and match. Okay, that's in there like that. Right, now I like the Happy Birthday. I like the Peaceful Season dies. I'm obsessed with the Peaceful Season dies. Love these. I'm just thinking if I'm going to use that. Now that is too big. That's definitely too big. And I might, I don't know whether I want that there. That there. I'm gonna cut one. So let's see. I've got a bit of that card that will. I think it's wide enough. Let's have a look. Nope. They're a bit too narrow. Let's have a look there. That cuts them off. Oh, but no. Yes, I've got some scrap hanging about. Let's see, I'll just do that there. Just cut a bit off there. There. Let's cut that. You see, some of my ladies that follow me like you to show start to finish. So that's why I do sometimes do so much prep, but then not all of it, so that you can see more of what I'm doing and how I'm talking about how I'm designing it, what I want. Right, so I just love this. Now, Happy Birthday from On the Ocean. The Happy Birthday from On the Ocean just fits beautifully on here. So it's such a tiny one. So I've got to remind myself never to get rid of that set because it fits on here beautifully. So I'm going to put that on there in the middle, hopefully. There we go. It's good. And I'm going to do something different with this. It's not bad. Round. Go round and see if I can stick it up the other way for a change. So I'm going to see if I can get some lovely movement in there. So what I'm going to do, rather than one dimensional, because I want it to really stick up, is I'm going to stick two on. So I'm going to right in the middle, because I want it to hump up there in the middle. I'm going to stick one dimensional on top of another dimensional, and then I'm just going to put glue on that end little bit and that end little bit. Okay, and then bring that at an angle there, so that it's giving that plenty of movement there. Right, now I want it to be for a 70th birthday, so I've got some silver Miro board here, and I've got my playful alphabets. Playful alphabets. No, that's stylish shapes. Wanted to say, come on, I know I've got my playful alphabet dies. I'm sure I got them out. What have I done with them? Well, blow me. Oh, that's what fell on the floor. So I'm going to cut out a 7 and 0. So where's my 7? I can see a 3, I can see an 8. I'm not sure whether that's an L or a 7, but I'm thinking my 7 should be a little bit more of there, an angle. There we go, and that's going to be a 0. Okay, so let's just get a little bit here. So let's stick those on there. I'm just going to cut a little bit out, a little bit there. And then bring in my plates. So I've got that on there. Get off my hands. Put that on top. Run that through. And then let's see where we're going to put them. So I think I want it in this corner here. So I'm going to put that 7 just there. Getting a bit fuzzy up round there. So right in the corner there. Straighten it up a bit. There we go, and then the 0 next to it. And there we go. Okay, right, now starting to bling it. Now let's have some Wink of Stella on our leaves to give them glitter effect. Okay, so that's there. Right, now move this. So let's bring back in the card base, and now we're going to put glue on the last one. So we've missed one look, and then we're putting it on here. Okay, and then bring that in. So again, what I like to do is put that level, bring this, goes like that, make sure it's level like that. That's looking nice. And now for our bling bling. Okay, so I have got some little hearts I think I'm going to put on, and just, yes, here we go. I've got these nice little white ones. Hopefully I've got enough, and I'm going to put these, or shall I have some sparkly on? Let's see. Or did I put pearls on? Let's have a look. So let's put some pearls on. So right in the middle. Put that, rub it out. Rub it out. Pull it out. Oops, stick into my nail. There. And then, oops. Stick a little bit in the top there. And coming down here. And here. And let's stick. Oops, where did that one go? That went somewhere. Never mind. Okay, and one at the top. And one there. And one there. Not in the right place. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Star on my flowers, I've decided as well. And these. There we go, so got a little bit of Wink of Star on them. Let's have a look in here. So now we're going to put some pearls do this one. Okay, so right in the middle. Come on. It's because I'm on an hard surface, and I usually, that's better if I do it on my finger. If I do it on a squashy background, I'm able to dig in my pokey tool. That's what I normally do. Dig in my pokey tool and then pick it up on the edge. So I'm just randomly putting them because flowers are random. Another one that keeps disappearing. Keep making them disappear, don't I? I think I've just felt one. Thought I'd felt one. There. There we go. Let's put some Winker Stella on this flower. There we go. And I'll put a little pearl. Oh, actually, I'm going to put a little heart on here. Little white heart. There we go. And I think I might put a little white heart on the end of Happy Birthday and the beginning of Happy Birthday. Okay, where the flat bit is. Oh. There we go, like that. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay, so I've got 70th Happy Birthday. So, and first layer, oh, there's one of my stickies that had flirted off. Get that off. So, wishing you the brightest of birthday. So happy to celebrate you. And then I would actually write on there, but that's how it would look in the envelope. And then you'll be able to see it better on the camera shot when I photograph it, how it cascades, and you've got that lovely effect going off. Thank you very much for dropping by. I do appreciate that you dropped by. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber, so you can see what I'm up to. And please don't forget to share, because there might be other people out there who'd really love to see what I'm doing. So stay safe, stay well. Thanks. Bye for now.